Good morning, cruise fans. I'm Zoe, and today we've got a jaw-dropping story straight from the high seas that you won't want to miss. Imagine this. A British couple tries to pull off the ultimate getaway, fleeing a cruise ship without paying a whopping $3,600 bill. Yes, you heard that right. This 18-year-old woman and 23-year-old man reportedly shoved their way off the ship, dodging charges linked to drinks, the casino, and other onboard expenses. But don't think they got away with it. Airport police tracked them down at Ibiza and arrested them on fraud charges. And here's the kicker. No delays for the ship, no injuries, just a wild episode that's got the cruise world buzzing. But wait, there's more. A German court just handed down a surprising ruling involving a passenger kicked off a ship over an accusation of urinating in a glass. The court sided with the guest and awarded compensation, slamming the cruise line for how they handled it. Stick with me, because today's cruise news is packed with drama, legal twists, and new port fees you need to know about. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into all the details. Now that you've heard the shocking start to this cruise saga, let's unpack everything that's been going on, because there's a lot more to this story than just a couple trying to dodge a bill. This incident at Ibiza Airport really shines a light on some of the tricky situations cruise lines and passengers can find themselves in once the ship docks. Imagine spending days at sea, enjoying all the perks of the cruise: cocktails by the pool, gaming at the casino, dining at exclusive restaurants, all part of the vacation experience. But what happens when the final bill arrives, and it's more than a few $100s? Well, in this case, it was a staggering $3,600. This British couple, quite young at just 18 and 23, apparently made a desperate dash for freedom, shoving past crew and security to escape the ship without settling their tab. It's almost like a scene out of a movie, right? Except this was very real, and the consequences were swift. Airport police were alerted, and the couple was apprehended before they could get away. Fraud charges are expected, which means this isn't just a slap on the wrist. This is serious legal trouble. What's fascinating here is how quickly authorities moved to track them down, showing the level of coordination between cruise security and local law enforcement. On the cruise line side, they typically have measures in place to prevent situations like this. Most cruises require a payment method on file before the voyage ends, or a cash deposit, or sometimes even a signed promissory note promising payment. If you can't pay at the end, they have legal grounds to pursue the debt. But still, incidents like this happen, raising questions about the balance between passenger freedom and financial responsibility. Imagine being the cruise staff. You want everyone to have a great time, but at the same time, there's a business to run and bills to be settled. Now, this isn't the only unusual legal drama stirring the cruise world lately. In Germany, a court ruled in favor of a passenger who was removed from a ship under controversial circumstances. The man was accused of urinating in a glass at a bar on board, which led to him and two companions being denied reboarding and sent home at their own expense. However, the passenger denied the claim and took the cruise line to court. In a surprising decision, the court found that the cruise line acted improperly. They awarded the group around €9,000 in compensation, noting that the alleged behavior didn't justify immediate removal, and criticized the cruise line for ejecting companions who were not involved. This ruling could set an important precedent, emphasizing that cruise companies need to carefully balance maintaining order with respecting passenger rights. After all, being kicked off a ship in the middle of a cruise is no small matter. It disrupts plans, causes emotional stress, and leads to financial losses. So this court decision sends a message to cruise lines everywhere. Actions must be justified and proportionate, and blanket punishments for groups are not acceptable. Switching gears a bit, another hot topic making waves is the increase in port fees for cruise ships docking at Juneau's city-run ports. Starting next year, fees will nearly double for larger vessels. The city assembly approved this hike to bring rates more in line with nearby private docks. Officials estimate that this increase could raise around $5 million annually, which is significant revenue for the city. Cruise lines were reportedly aware this change was coming, so it's not a surprise, but it does highlight how operational costs for cruise companies continue to rise. These fees often trickle down to passengers through ticket prices or onboard costs, so it's something travelers should keep in mind. Interestingly, the market related to cruise stocks was closed on Memorial Day, but it's expected to reopen soon. These kinds of financial moves and regulatory changes around ports and fees are important for the overall cruise industry health. For passengers, they can affect where ships dock, what kind of itineraries are offered, and even how much a cruise ends up costing. It's also worth mentioning that amidst all this news, the cruise world keeps its entertainment side alive and vibrant. Doug Parker signed off his news segment with a shout-out to a Kenny Chesney concert at the Sphere in Las Vegas, showing that while some cruise news can be serious or legalistic, the world of leisure and fun is still very much front and center. So, what can we take away from all this? Cruise travel is an incredible way to see the world, enjoy luxury amenities, and meet people from all walks of life. But it's also an industry with complex logistics, legal challenges, and growing financial pressures. Passengers need to be aware that while the cruise experience can be magical, it also comes with responsibilities, like paying your bill on time and following onboard rules. And sometimes, unexpected situations can arise that require quick thinking or legal action. For those planning cruises, it's wise to keep an eye on news like this. Understanding how cruise lines manage debts, passenger behavior, and port fees can help you prepare better for your trip. And if you ever find yourself in a tricky situation, know your rights and don't hesitate to seek help. Legal battles, like the one in Germany, show that sometimes passengers can push back when they feel wronged. Cruising remains hugely popular, and with good reason. But stories like these remind us that behind the scenes, there's a lot happening that affects both passengers and the industry. It's a dynamic world where fun and drama often sail side by side. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive into some of the latest cruise news. If you found this information useful or interesting, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more cruise updates and insider tips, and share this video with fellow travelers who love the sea. Until next time, I'm Zoe, wishing you safe and happy sailing on all your future adventures.